everyone, this is Stacie with Aspen Fitness and Nutrition. Welcome to beginning yoga with a focus on the spine and hips. So for this practice, you are going to need a blanket. You can use a pillow. This is just going to assist us in some of the exercises that we do today. So remember to always listen to your body. This practice can be done at any time of the day, morning, noon, or night. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to actually take the blanket or pillow that you have and we're going to sit on it. So I want you to go ahead and sit on the blanket. And I want you to cross your legs. So I want you to not even think about it. I want you to go ahead and cross your legs, placing your hands on your knees. Your spine is tall, shoulders are down and relaxed. I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. Now with a tall spine, I want you to take a deep inhale, fill your abdomen and your chest. And as you exhale, let all the air out of your abdomen and then through your chest. So I want you to go ahead, if you can, put your hand on your belly, and as you take a deep inhale, fill that abdomen. And then as you exhale, feel the abdomen first, and then exhale through the chest and the lungs. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And as you inhale, feel expanding through the abdomen, expanding through the chest. Your shoulders relax and your spine stays tall. Let's take one more deep inhale together and exhale. Now when I asked you to sit cross-legged, you probably didn't even think about it. So you didn't think about which leg was first or which leg was in the back. So I want you to go ahead and switch. So I want you to take that front leg and bring it behind, and the other leg and bring it in front. Now this may change the way you sit, may change the way it feels a little bit. And that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to work individually with each side, working on the hips as well as the spine. So again, let's work at our breathing here. You can place your hand on your abdomen to really feel the abdomen filling up. And then as you exhale through the abdomen, the chest, the shoulders relax. Good. Continue that. You can leave your hands on your abdomen. You can bring them back to your knee with a tall spine. Your shoulders relax. Do a couple more deep inhaling here and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. With your legs crossed, I want you to take a deep inhale. Bring your arms up tall to the ceiling, and as you exhale, I want you to forward fold at the waist, so stretching those arms out in front as far as you can comfortably, keeping that tailbone onto the blanket or your pillow, relaxing the head and neck. You're gonna get a nice stretch through the hips. So try not to lean one way or the other. Good, I want you to walk both hands to one side. And as I'm walking my hands to one side, the opposite hip stays on the floor. Chest falls into the thigh, the knee that I'm leaning towards, keeping the head and neck straight and relaxed. Nice deep breaths. Good, as we walk across to the other side, same thing, keeping that hip on the floor, stretch those arms out in front. So whichever way I'm leaning, I'm going to feel a stretch in the opposite hip. So you're going to start to feel maybe one side's a little bit tighter than the other, one side's a little bit easier. Good, let's come back to the center and walk your hands up. And as you walk your hands up, think about your vertebrae stacking one upon each other. So again, let's switch lead legs. And you might be back now to your more comfortable side, which is the one that we started at when we started our practice. Inhaling up tall, exhale, forward fold, Now you may be able to sink a little bit deeper into the stretch on one side versus the other. So feel that and allow yourself to go as far as you are comfortable. Walking both hands to one side, bringing that opposite arm around. Again, getting a nice stretch in the hip of the opposite side. And just breathe. Good, let's walk across to the other side. And you may find if you do this practice in the morning, you may be a little bit tighter. Your muscles may not be as loose as they are if you were to do this in the evening. So change up the time that you do your practice, if you can, coming back to the center, and you will see the difference. Good, walk your hands up. You will see the difference based on the time of day, based on your activity levels throughout the day, and things like that. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, let's take a deep inhale here. And exhale. Good. I want you to go ahead and we're going to get off of the blanket, set it to the side. It will be back. We're going to do 90-degree switches with our knees. So I want you to take one leg out in front at 90 degrees. The other leg is going to be behind at 90 degrees. So as I'm sitting, and you may find that, hey, it's not that easy for me to sit tall. That's fine, that's what we're going to get to. But when you see in front, you have a 90-degree angle here, and as you see in the back, you have a 90-degree angle. So make sure the hip and the thigh, the knee are all in line. And the same thing as we come up front here. Now I want you to just take your hands behind you, and I just want you to sit tall here. You feel a nice stretch in this hip of the leg that is behind, okay? So sitting tall, if you can bring both hands to the center, absolutely do that. But don't do this if it puts too much stress on the back or the hip area. Okay, so this is a progressive exercise that we will start here, and as you do this practice throughout the week, you will progress maybe to bringing one hand in front, maybe to coming up on those fingertips. So work to your comfort, and it may take a while to get to both hands in the center, okay? And you'll see the differences on each side. So let's go ahead and bring it around to the other side. So get yourself set here with one leg in front, the other leg on the side. Good, look at those 90-degree angles. And the 90-degree angles is where we get that hip stretch, the hip strengthening as well. So again, if you can come to prayer, absolutely do that. Otherwise, we're both hands, we're sitting tall. So as I bring this other hand behind, I'm not leaning back into it, but I'm keeping my spine nice and tall. So you can use just one hand, and this other hand can hang out on the side. If you need the other hand behind as a kickstand, absolutely use it, but don't lean into it. So we're keeping the spine tall. So have you seen already in the first three exercises, one side that has been different than the other, one side's maybe a little tighter, a little bit more flexible. So that's what we're really here to do today, is to find those spots, and we're going to work each side individually in a lot of our poses. Good, let's come back to the center. All right, let's bring those legs out to a V. So a comfortable V. I don't need a big wide split, I just need something that is comfortable here, okay? So I want your toes to stay to the ceiling, but you don't have to have them fully engaged and pulling them back, but I don't want them to fall forward either. So I want them to be in this neutral position. Spine stays tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Now as you forward fold, I don't want you to round your back and fall forward. I want you to keep the spine straight. So I want you to lean from the belly button. And when we do these practices and we do these stretches, it's not always about laying flat on the floor. It's about doing what is comfortable for you through your range of motion. Everyone's different. You may not ever get to flat on the floor, and that's okay. Let's walk both hands to one side. I want you to grab the toe if you can. If not, you're holding on to the knee, the thigh, even into the shin area. So again, we're leaning forward at the waist. And nice deep breaths. Good, let's walk around to the other side. And reach down that leg. Nice deep breaths here. Good, and as we breathe when we are in these poses, we sink into the stretch a little bit more, sending oxygen into those muscles. Come back to the center. Good, walk your hands up in front. All right, I want you to bring, we'll do one leg at a time. So I want you to bring your right leg out in front. Left foot is tucked inside. So right inside of that hip area, right inside the thigh. So you can tuck it up high, you can bring it to the knee, whatever is comfortable for you. Again, my toes are to the ceiling. Inhale, up tall. Exhale, I fold forward at the waist, not rounding the back. The back stays nice and straight and strong. And I just breathe here. Forward fold, single side on the right. You're gonna feel a nice stretch through the hamstring, back side of the thigh, maybe even into the calf a little bit. And that is okay, the whole back of the leg. Good, as we inhale, arms lift up, chest is tall. Exhale, open and down. Switching sides. So let's tuck the right with the left coming out in front. Active toes, so they're tall to the ceiling. Inhaling up, fold forward. Keep the spine tall, leaning at the chest. And breathe. Nice deep breaths. Good, inhaling up tall. Exhale, open and down. Good, now as we do our 90s this time, I want your legs to be a little bit more in front. So because as we do 90s here, I do want you to lean back, and then we're just gonna switch. So we're gonna switch one side 90 and then around to the other, okay? So just position those legs in a V, one side and then the other. And we can lean back here a little bit. So tap the knee on the ground, tap the knee on the ground. Good. Using those hands in the back to support us, but we're not leaning back like we're in a recliner. Good, let's do one more each side. One side here, and one side here. Good, back to the center. Let's go ahead and come onto our hands and knees, and we're gonna slide back into child's pose. So remember, in child's pose, your knees can be as wide as your mat, big toes together, arms stretching out in front. Relax your head and neck onto your mat. Nice deep breaths. You're rounding your back. Your chest falls towards the floor. Nice deep breaths. Good, I want you to come up onto your hands and knees. I want you to lower yourself onto your abdomen. I want you just to come up onto your forearms. And I want you to lift your chest. So we're keeping the lower back, hips on the floor. So I want you to just lift up from here. Now, if you feel anything in your lower back that's uncomfortable, do not lift as high, okay? So remember, the elbows and the shoulders are in line. Chest stays tall. Tops of your toes are on the floor. Nice deep breaths. Good. From here, I want you to press up onto your hands, slide back, child's pose, round the back. Nice deep breaths. Up onto your hands and knees, back onto your forearms for puppy. So onto those forearms, but the tailbone stays high. For now, you can have your forehead on the floor. Great stretch for the upper back here. Chest falls to the floor. Nice deep breaths. Good. Coming up onto your hands and knees for a little cat and cow. So I want you to round your back, tuck your chin for cat. Look up, sway in your back. This is cow. So round your back, tuck your chin. Look up, belly button to the floor. Good, let's do two more. Cat and cow. Good, last one, cat and cow. Good, coming back to that neutral position. I want you to go ahead and come back into a seated pose with your legs crossed in front. We're gonna do some spinal twists. So you can go ahead and sit back onto your blanket if you find it more comfortable to have those hips raised a little bit. It does give you a little bit more range of motion. So you can play with that a little bit and see which you are more comfortable with. Legs are crossed in front of you. I want you to take your right hand on the outside of your left knee, and I want you to gently twist to the left with a tall spine. So again, twisting only as far as comfortable. That left hand reaches behind for a little extra support. Good, as we untwist, we come back to the center. Left hand on the outside, right hand reaches behind. Tall twist with the spine nice and tall. Nice deep breaths. Good, let's go ahead and come back to the center. Couple more with the spinal twist. So I want you to go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. Again, you can stay on your mat, or you can stay on your pillow, or you can come down off of it, whatever is more comfortable. I'm going to come on the floor for this one. Legs are out in front with active toes to the ceiling. Left foot comes over the right knee. Left foot over the right knee. Right elbow on the outside of the left. So we're little spinal twist. Same thing we just did. We're just bringing the knee up. Legs out in front. Deep breaths, only stretching as far as you are comfortable. And pull everything back to the center. Switching sides, the right foot over the left elbow on the outside of the right as we gently twist with a tall spine. Nice deep breaths. Good, come back to the center. Let's bring the bottoms of those feet together for a little bit of butterfly. So as we pull the feet in, you can hinge forward at the waist, pressing down on your inner thighs with your elbows. Nice deep breaths. Good, feeling the stretch on those inner thighs, which also affects our hips and our spine. Good, coming back up nice and tall. Pull those knees to the center. Want you to come back onto your hands and knees. A little cat and cow. Let's just do a couple. Round your back, tuck your chin, cat. Look up, sway in the back, cow. Good, one more cat. And cat. Good, coming back to that neutral spine. Stretch back into child's pose. Arms are at your sides, palms are up this time. Arms at your sides, palms up. Nice deep breaths. Good, coming up onto your hands and knees. Rotate your legs around in front of you. I want you to go ahead and lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest. So as we lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest, relax the head and neck onto the floor. I want you to take some nice deep breaths here. Chest relax, Lower back relaxes as you pull those knees in. Nice deep breaths. You can even roll from side to side if you like. Good. Coming back to the center. We're going to do a little relaxation, so I want you to get comfortable. So you can place your feet flat on the floor with your knees bent, or you can extend your legs all the way on to the floor. Toes are tall. Hands can be at your side. Palms are up. They can be across your abdomen. Your eyes are closed. Your head and neck are relaxed. And as we take a deep inhale here, filling the abdomen and the chest. And as you exhale, let the air out of your abdomen and your chest, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles, your wrists, all relax. So as we take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, I want you to think about all the muscles of your body relaxing. From your fingers to your toes, your arms and your legs. Nice deep breaths. Taking a few minutes here to listen to the music. Your mind wanders as your body relaxes. As you take a deep inhale, fill your abdomen and your chest. And as you exhale, wake up your fingers, your toes, your arms, and your legs. Taking your time, waking your body, waking your muscles up. When you're ready, I want you to slowly roll onto your side. If your legs were straight, bend them up. Slowly roll onto the side. And then when you're ready, push yourself up into a seated position. So go ahead and cross your legs, sit comfortably. Hands are on your knees with a tall spine. I want you to take a deep inhale, fill your abdomen and chest. Exhale, shoulders relax. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, my name is Stacie with Aspen Fitness and Nutrition. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you again next time. Thank you.